Top 10 natural disasters caught on camera.
Incredible moment, a powerful tsunami crashes into shore, and a massive landslide carries several empty houses out to sea, to a terrifying close-range tornado tearing through a city street and an underwater sinkhole swallowing tree after tree. Here are 10 of the greatest natural disasters.
Dude, there was actually a sinkhole that happened in a town near me. It was like in the middle of what was it, maybe a soccer field or something? And it's just like, thank God no one was like playing soccer or on the field, because it's just like, ka-tunk, it's just like fucking big ass sinkhole out of nowhere.
Ever caught on camera. The canton of Valais is one of 26 cantons, or states, that combine to form Switzerland. It sits in the southwestern part of the country, sharing borders with Italy in the south and France in the west. It's one of 3 alpine cantons and is known for its wine and brandy production. But in the summer of 2018, they were known for their mudslides. On August 7th of 2018, a powerful mudslide tore through the village of Grunier. Heavy rainstorms triggered a freak mud flood high in the mountains, and it raced towards the town with frightening speed.
Oh, God. Smart people. See, if they lived in the Midwest in America, they would jump in to get a good recording of it. They would be over the railing, like as close as possible to that mudslide. See, this is smart people. These are smart people.
So I did something the other day, and I really wouldn't recommend it if you're ready to get uncomfortable. I Googled my name and my email address, and what came up? Dozens and dozens of creepy data broker sites listing everything from my home address to my phone number. Honestly, it felt pretty gross. Like these companies are making money selling my info without my permission. It's not just those spam emails that you get. It's much more than that. They sell it to marketers, scammers, even stalkers. And getting your info removed from all that is honestly confusing and just buried in legal jargon. And that's exactly why I started using Aura, which is today's sponsor. Aura is like a full-on digital security system. They automatically find these data broker sites, scrub your info off of those sites without you having to do anything. On top of that, they scan the dark web, monitor your credit, alert you of suspicious activity in real time, and bundle in a password manager, antivirus, and a VPN, you name it. They even include up to $5 million in identity theft insurance and 24/7 US-based support if anything goes sideways. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not leaving myself exposed, and I don't think you should either. So go to aura.com/bionicpig to try Aura for free for 14 days, and in 2 weeks, they will show you exactly where your data is being sold and who's profiting off your privacy. Try it. Lock down your digital life.
Oh, shit. Oh my God. Dude, keep running. What? What are you standing? Run. Don't just stand there. What are you looking at?
Oh putain.
Just gotta show him who's boss. Dude, her aura just kept her alive.
Locals gather to watch the dirt and debris come through the waterway. They back up when they realize the mudslide is traveling faster than expected, which turns out to be a good idea. The mud cascades over the walls and moves.
One second, chat. I gotta grab my food. I'm eating my delicious American food. My American tacos with so much sugar in them.
A black SUV on the other side. By the end, it looks like a massive volcanic eruption left a trail of ash on the street. There were no injuries reported by Swiss authorities, and only minor damage to some cars and buildings. We can't say for sure how much mud fell on Grunier that day, but we can safely assume the cleanup lasted a while. Back in
You gonna eat those tacos like a sandwich? I'm gonna eat it like a fucking taco. All right? We're not having this conversation again. I grab a taco and I eat it.
In 2009, a massive landslide carried away 2 houses in eastern Germany. This image you see here sparked our interest to find any footage we could of the event, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem like any exists. Instead, we found something even bigger. Alta, Norway is a city that sits on the northern part of the country, along the banks of the Alta Fjord. Back on June 3rd of 2020, a man was making lunch when he heard creaking coming from outside. When he went to look, he saw power lines ripping and the ground moving. Immediately, he ran outside and began filming. Here is the raw, uncut footage that he captured.
I really hope there's no one in those buildings. Oh, shit! What the fuck? God, I hope those. I mean, I was gonna say I hope those people evacuated, but I don't really think there's a precaution for this. Hopefully they weren't home. Oh my God. I mean, is that even like a sinkhole, or did the land just slide? It's like a mudslide into the water. Yeah, it looks more like a landslide than a sinkhole. Surely no one died. Surely they all survived, right?
A massive landslide carries houses, barns, and trees into the Alta Fjord. There was no stopping it once it got going, and all anybody could do was watch as their homes got swept off to sea. It almost looks like someone dropped their Monopoly pieces in the bathtub. According to the New York Times, the landslide swept 8 houses into the water. Thankfully, nobody got hurt, and the buildings were mostly vacation homes and cabins. The landslide ran over 2,000
timeshares.
100 feet along the shore and began nearly 500 feet inland, making it the largest they'd ever seen in Alta. The landslide was the result of quick clay, a term used to describe when clay collapses and flows like water. You can find such clay in Scandinavia, Canada, Russia, and Alaska. It's basically an unstable holdover from the last ice age. This wasn't the first time Norway experienced landslides of this nature, and I'm sure it won't be the last. Marshalltown, Iowa sits on the banks of the
I thought that said Marshmallow Town.
Iowa River.
It should be called Marshmallow. That'd be cool. Their mascot would just be like a big marshmallow dude. But it wouldn't be like the Michelin dude. It'd just be like a big marshmallow. You could eat it and shit. That'd be cool.
And is home to just over 27,000 people. They all know the risk they take living out in Tornado Alley, though Marshalltown itself has an on-again, off-again history with powerful storms. An F3 tornado hit the south side of town on April 23rd of 1961, damaging several structures and causing about $1 million in damages. Almost 60 years later, another EF3 storm, now using the enhanced Fujita scale, ripped through downtown at around 4:30 in the afternoon. One man was brave enough to stand in an alley and record the twister as it tore down.
Like I said, Midwesterners, dude. Taking shelter in a fucking alleyway. Like
the street.
psycho. Yo, at least hold the camera still. Jesus Christ, what does this camera work?
Oh, there goes the rest of the piss.
He's laughing! He's laughing!
Damn, dude. Holy it's going right by the office. It literally went down the alley.
Now, whether you call it brave or reckless, you can't deny the amazing footage. The storm rips apart power lines and sends light debris flying in every direction. It completely levels the wooden fence as it gets closer, and our cameraman is forced to take cover. This storm was part of a 2-day tornado outbreak between July 19th and 20th. In total, 31 confirmed tornadoes touched down over 33 hours across several towns, including Marshalltown, Pella, and Lovelia. The two most powerful storms were an EF3 in Pella and the
31?
EF3 we see.
Dude, what was that recent? I'm pretty sure we had more on that recent storm. I'm pretty sure more than 30 tornadoes touched. Was it like 40 something? Like the one that like happened in my area. Like the one where like St. Louis had like 3 tornadoes. I had 2 tornadoes around me. There was like 40 something at least.
See in this video. The Marshalltown storm tore the spire off the courthouse roof and damaged several businesses, homes, and historic downtown buildings. It lasted 23 harrowing minutes and carved an 8-mile path of destruction through the heart of town. Altogether, the storms caused $320 million in damages, but nobody lost their lives. La Grave is a ski resort tucked
Can we just unsubscribe from tornadoes already? Yeah, for real, chat. If we all unsubscribe from tornadoes, they just won't happen anymore.
away in the French Alps. Unlike your typical ski mountain, La Grave is unpisted, meaning there aren't marked
What?
trails. On top of that, there are no formal means of avalanche control, something you would typically expect in a place like this. Back in March of 2015, a group of friends were on the mountain enjoying a day of riding.
I'm being mature, chat, okay?
During a stop on one of their runs, they noticed what appeared to be an avalanche forming off in the distance. From the video, it seems that they were first excited at the sight, but this excitement quickly turned to fear once they noticed that it was
Who would be excited about seeing an avalanche?
headed right for them.
Yeah, now would be a good time to run. Actually, 5 minutes ago, good time to run. Still standing. Really? Still standing.
C'est impressionnant.
Still,
Ouais, reste là, je
still not moving.
filme. Ah ouais, je filme, moi. C'est énorme. Wouah, putain.
What are you laughing about? That's not funny. Dude, they're lucky it wasn't like a thicker coat of snow, dude. They'd get buried in that shit.
In the span of only 40 seconds, the bright and sunny day turned into a terrifying moment. Thankfully, they were far enough away to only get hit by a light dusting. By the time it passed, everyone was in high spirits and seemed to have enjoyed the experience. Avalanches occur all the time, but to film one that big hitting you head on is definitely a rare moment. Tongue
Yeah, I don't know what the narrator's talking about. They weren't scared at all. I think they probably knew. I don't know. They're probably out there all the time. They probably know avalanche shit. To me, it looked like they were going to get fucked, but That's kind of a buzzkill. I was hoping they get buried alive, you know? Not that I'm hoping that they would get buried alive.
Tonga is a Polynesian country in the South Pacific, about 400 miles southeast of Fiji. Officially known as the Kingdom of Tonga, it reigns over 171 tiny islands scattered over 270,000 square miles of ocean. Of the 104,000 people that live in the kingdom, 70% reside on the main island of Tongatapu. Tonga made
Tonka tea?
national headlines in January of 2022 when Hunga Tonga Hunga Ha'apai, a massive...
I'm sorry, what?
When Hunga Tonga Hunga Ha'apai, a massive...
Hunga Tonga Wonga Chumbawamba?
22. When Hunga Tonga Hunga Ha'apai, a massive...
Hunga Tonga Analog Dog, thank you for 7 months. I'm going to get this right.
January of 2022 when Hunga Tonga Hunga Ha'apai, a...
Hunga Tonga Hunga Ha'apai. Hunga Tonga Hunga Ha'apai. Hunga Tonga Hunga Tonga Hunga Ha'apai. Hunga Tonga Hunga Ha'apai.
massive submarine volcano erupted off of its north coast. Now, while the eruption didn't send lava spewing across the Tonga Islands, it did send a powerful tsunami that inundated all 171 islands with water. As this video clearly shows, tsunamis don't have to be monster waves to cause a major problem.
Look at all those waves in the distance, too. Jesus. He's playing the guy that plays Hadouken. Of course he plays that guy.
Our camera person stands safely on a rooftop as a 1.2 meter tsunami wave washes over the shore, crashing through a fence and floods their backyard. Water covers the entire coastline as the camera pans back and forth. Then another wave crashes over the street, adding insult to injury. The Tonga eruption was not a good...
I'm not gonna lie, the narrator's like describing what happens after I watch it is kind of like we saw the video, you know, we saw it.
Day for the kingdom. The tsunami knocked out communication and claimed 4 lives.
ChatGPT
Among
plus
them
TTS,
were
yeah.
2 animal shelter owners who perished while trying to save their dogs. The Tonga...
No! Oh, what? No! What the fuck? Are you serious? Come on, dude! Fucking, oh man, that's so sad. Come on, bro.
Tsunami didn't stop at the kingdom either. Waves made it all the way to Peru and California. According to scientists, the energy released by the Tonga volcano was equivalent to 61 megatons of TNT, more powerful than the Tsar Bomba, aka the largest nuke ever detonated.
What the fuck? How have I never heard of that then? Jesus, that's insane. What the hell?
After the North Dakota oil boom, the city of Dickinson became one of the fastest growing cities in the United States. In fact, the population has almost doubled over the past 20 years. Those new residents learned that Dickinson is oddly prone to hailstorms. Between 2013 and 2016, there were 9 reported hailstorms within a 10-mile radius. One of those storms hit in June of 2016, and a local man recorded the event from the safety of his home. What began as a light storm turned into a dangerous nightmare in the blink of an eye.
Wow! Oh! That's the rock!
I mean, this is about the same hail size that happened recently with that gigastorm. Okay, now it's getting big.
Wow!
This fucking dude. Wow! Holy shit, it's fucking sick, bro! Holy, you know he has a beer in the other hand. You know he's got that fucking Miller Lite in the other hand. Holy fuck! It's crazy! Ow! Oh, oh shit! God damn! This guy's great. Dude, he's in his garage with the garage door open. Oh my God. Okay, that is like Midwestern 101 right there. In the garage with the garage door open. That's peak. That's peak during a storm. Dude, he's giggling like a little kid. I thought porch was peak. Okay, the reason the garage is peak is because you have that sense of safety. You know, when you're on the porch, see, porch is when it's tornadoes. Porch is when it's tornadoes. Like when it's like hail or something like that, the garage is where it's at. Oh, he is on his front porch. Never mind. He's on his front porch, chat.
The video begins with pretty heavy hail, and you can see bits of leaves fluttering through the yard. But the storm picks up, the wind and lightning intensify, and branches start flying around like they're coming out of a wood chipper. By the end, his lawn looks like someone emptied a giant salt shaker on the grass.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna say I've seen worse, but like, I've seen worse. Like, dude, when that hailstorm happened last time, it literally looked like snow. Like, there was inches of hail.
Once all was said and done, hundreds of properties were damaged. Virtually every home in the town
Okay, maybe not that bad.
had a claim of some kind, not to mention all the cars riddled with dents. Thankfully,
Okay, maybe not that bad.
though, it doesn't seem that any injuries were reported.
Holy shit.
Assumption Parish is a parish or county located in
What's the assumption, though? What are you assuming?
southern Louisiana. Towards the northern border of the county lies a problem that has plagued the area for years: the Bayou Corn sinkhole. It was first discovered in August of 2012 and forced 350 residents to evacuate their homes. The following year, the government sent a team out to investigate the sinkhole. As soon as they got there, they knew something
What song is that? I don't know why that came to my head.
was up. John Boudreau took out his camera and began filming right as the sinkhole opened up beneath the water, swallowing several trees in a matter of seconds.
Oh, that's gone right there. See it right there? Look at it.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
Trees fall.
It's like, all right, I'm about to head out. The bayou was hungry, chat. The bayou was hungry. The bayou must feed. I am now satiated. In a year's time, I will take another sacrifice.
The sinkhole swallows the trees with ease. One by one, they disappear below the surface, never to be
No, not one by one. They all went together. No. Horrible, horrible narration.
seen again. It must have been a pretty scary feeling to be standing so close to it. Thankfully for John and his team, they all walked away
I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't scared at all. I'm right now. I don't give a shit. I was
uninjured. The cause of the sinkhole was found to be from a salt mine which had collapsed. Problems began back in 2010 when the company that owned the mine applied for a permit to expand it. Tests were done to determine if it would be safe, and the results were unsatisfactory. Undeterred, the company continued onwards, and, well, you know what happened next. By
Classic.
2018, the sinkhole had grown to encompass 34 acres and is believed to still be
Jeez.
expanding today.
God damn.
Wildfires
classic billion warning signs, and they're like, but we're gonna lose money though. And if we do this, we'll make money. I don't care.
Can start for a variety of reasons. Sometimes it's malicious intent or human error. Other times, nature simply finds a way. The car fire in 2018 was one that Mother Nature simply can't be blamed for. While driving down a highway, an RV got a flat tire, and as the driver continued on, sparks began to fly from the wheel as it scraped the asphalt, igniting dry brush off the side of the road.
Oh
the
my
fire
God.
spread unhindered for days, ultimately burning 369 square miles of Shasta, California.
Dude, that is insane. From a spark from a tire that was blown, 40 acres gone. That's insane, bro. Imagine being that dude. Imagine fucking being that dude.
Video from a helicopter shows us the scale of the blaze. For as far as the eye can see, the hills burned. But there is something else they captured that ended up being the real highlight. Known as the Redding Fire Whirl, the crew captured what many believe to be the largest firenado ever seen.
Oh,
it
shit.
stretched a whopping 18,000 feet into the air and reached wind speeds of 143 miles per hour, on par with an EF3 tornado. Notice the rotating vortex of smoke around the fire. In
God
the end,
damn.
the car fire destroyed 1,600 buildings, almost 1,100 of which were residential properties. It was the 7th most destructive fire
badass.
in California history and took
I mean, it's sad,
nearly 5,000 firefighters to contain.
but
What
like,
started
that's pretty cool though.
as a simple flat tire turned into a $1.6 billion nightmare.
And that's why firefighters are actual heroes. Which Doom game was that? Shit! The new Doom game is coming out soon, bro, and I can't. I want it so bad, bro, but I have to hold out. I can't buy it.
Before noon on April 25th of 2015, a powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake rocked Nepal. It struck the Gorkha
The 15th,
district
right?
near
Yeah.
the capital city of Kathmandu, which is home to about 252,000 people. Thankfully, most civilians were outside when the earthquake hit, drastically reducing the loss of life. The earthquake's epicenter was east of the district. Its hypocenter, or where
Oh
the
my
quake
God.
originated, was only 5 miles below ground. It was the worst natural disaster to hit Nepal since 1934, when the Nepal-Bihar earthquake claimed over 10,000 lives. CCTV
Jesus.
footage captured the moment the earthquake struck the capital city. Pedestrians run into the streets to escape the buildings. But this first quake wasn't the end, not by a long shot. Aftershocks continued in the days following, with 2 registering at 6.6 and 6.7.
God
2
damn.
weeks later, a massive 7.3 magnitude aftershock hit
Yo, give him a break, would you?
the country, but it could honestly be considered its own earthquake. This one happened closer to the Chinese border, between Kathmandu and Mount Everest, and struck about 11.5 miles below the surface. Earthquakes weren't the only natural disaster plaguing the area that day. Avalanches on Mount Pumori, a Himalayan mountain about 5 miles west of Mount Everest, led to the worst day in Everest history. The earthquake caused snow and ice to tumble down the mountain and crash into the south base camp on Mount Everest.
Kathmandu sounds like a Star Wars planet.
The summer of 2022 and beyond has been a catastrophic time for Pakistan. Record-setting temperatures melted glaciers in the northeastern part of the country. At the same time, southern Pakistan experienced back-to-back heat waves between May and June, both setting and then breaking their own records. Sherry Rehman,
good.
the Pakistani Minister of Climate Change, pointed to the massive increase in rainfall as a contributing factor. According to her, at least 1/3 of the country is underwater, as places like Sindh and Balochistan provinces received 784% and 500% more rainfall than expected. Sadly, the floods have already claimed almost 1,600
Wait, do they just like not get any rain so they just don't have any drainage anywhere? Like,
lives and counting.
That's crazy.
Experts say the flooding and heavy monsoons have affected 33 million people and caused $40 billion in damages thus far. There's no telling how long it'll last.
Don't do it,
and the
Prospect.
footage and photos
Don't
coming out
start
of
it.
Pakistan are breaking hearts around the world. Since mid-June, Pakistan has lost over 800,000 homes, with another 1.2 million receiving some kind of flood damage. Sindh and Balochistan provinces received the bulk of the damage, losing almost 1 million livestock animals, 7,900 miles of road, and 374 bridges. These figures, all according to the National Disaster Management Authority of Pakistan. The 2022 Pakistan floods are quickly becoming one of the worst in modern history. To see another video just like this one, be
Man, when it doesn't rain for a while, the ground can't absorb all that water at once. Well, I don't think that's it. Like, it's also like drainage as well, right? Here, you guys can see my rice and beans. I'm moving this.
Now it's time to walk away. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Did you laugh or cry or maybe subscribed? I'll thank you either way. You know I will miss you. I hope you return. Tell your friend or your mother to get me more views, please.